Dante's feet, Brett's thumb, trouble in Tampa. The Bengals are back. Jamal's record-breaking day, another tuna surprise, Belichick's brains, and McNair's medal. These are just some of the best and worst from the 2003 NFL season. The 2003 season was one of ebbs and flows. The waves that brought in last year's champions cleared the way for a new crop of frontrunners. For two teams, the season was over before it began. The Falcons and the Jets lacked a backup like Mark Bulger, who went from Kurt Warner's understudy to his successor. 3 years ago, Warner had replaced Trent Green, who finally took his star turn as he led the Chiefs to a 9-0 start. Green's arm was certainly a factor in the Chiefs' breakout year, but they also had the X factor.
Makes one miss, stutter steps, gets outside another one, now cuts back, running to the 2-yard line and looking for some room, and he's got it. Dante Hall with one of the most incredible moves you'll ever see.
Dante Hall's teammate, Priest Holmes, went from a broken hip to breaking the NFL's touchdown record.
Priest Holmes picks up his 27th touchdown of the year.
While Kansas City won with a constellation of stars, New England won with a constellation of starters, a league-high 42. The Patriots mixed up their playbook as much as they did their roster. I wonder if they had a name for the intentional safety. I guess you could call it a game saver. On the way to a 14-2 record, Bill Belichick defeated his mentor, Bill Parcells, whose Cowboys fared much better against his other former teams, the Jets and Giants. Tony Dungy also enjoyed a victorious homecoming when his Colts scored 3 touchdowns in the last 4 minutes of regulation, then, in overtime, defeated Tampa Bay. The Seahawks' journey to the postseason took another head coach down memory lane. But this time, the hero was not Holmgren's.
The Seahawks season is over.
While a former Packers coach endured a loss on the field, Titletown's favorite son faced a personal loss that loomed much larger than the game of football. On the day after his father's death, Brett showed he was Urban Favre's son through and through. And that's exactly what he did. He threw, and he threw, and he threw. Favre's streak of consecutive starts stands at 173, broken thumb and all. His record was nothing short of poetic. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but I'm going to play on Sunday. Cincinnati owned a streak of horrible seasons, but Marvin Lewis hoped to change all that.
Hey, get a smile on your face, about to kick their ass. Let's go.
The Bengals proved that they were no longer lightweights in their division. In an era of heavyweight rushers, Jamal Lewis was the undisputed champ.
The all-time rushing record in one game by Jamal Lewis.
While the backs were impressive, so were the quarterbacks. Steve McNair went from the injured list to the Pro Bowl roster.
McNair shows why he's the man.
And his co-MVP, Peyton Manning, threw for over 4,000 yards. Again. One Manning's play was no surprise, but another's was. Carolina corner Ricky Manning manhandled the Rams and Eagles on the Panthers' way to the Super Bowl. The year's best moments propelled some teams through the postseason, while for others, the worst moments left the playoffs painfully out of reach.
Michael Lewis tries to stay alive. He'll lateral into Deuce.
The Saints stayed in the picture with one touchdown that was nothing short of theatrical. But theater can be comedy or tragedy, depending on whose sideline you're standing on.
No! John Carney missed the extra point.
The Vikings led the NFC North from the opening day kickoff until the next to last play of the season. But there was one play left.
Touchdown!
For better or for worse, those moments made the season memorable.